In this video, we're going to talk about another graph, which is the histogram. The histogram is actually a bar graph whose bars are directly beside each other and which is often used for interval or ratio variables. So one reason why a histogram has bars that are directly beside each other is to indicate that the variables are interval or ratio data in nature, which would mean that most probably they are continuous in nature. So let us try constructing a histogram. What we have here is a data from, again, a surveying different households, and this data that we have is a variable of their monthly food expenditure. So just like a bar graph, we need first to construct a table for Excel to read to make it into a histogram. So like what we do, we first go to Insert, Pivot Table, and we select our data. So there we go. Then I want it in this same worksheet, so I will click Existing Worksheet and I will select this cell. If everything's alright, we click OK. So we have food. So I will select it as rows, and here we have as the sum, as you can see. So as you can see here, what I did, I can already click these two together, and that's fine. Now, as you can see, we have different things here because this data is interval or ratio. So that means we need to do a simple or a basic frequency distribution. First, let me change the sum to count. So that's value field settings. Then I will change it to count. There. Then now I will make classes. So I will right click, then group them, and this one. So I will let Excel do the grouping. I will not change this anymore, and I will click OK. So we have the following classes. Let's change the label to classes, and we have here the frequency. Now that we have this basic frequency distribution table, we can have this one here. Go to Insert, then we click our bar graph as well. So we choose this one here. Now, since this is interval or ratio data, we need these bars to be stuck together rather. So we will do a right click and we will select Format Data Series. Once we select Format Data Series, this will appear, and we shall select the gap width to 0. And there you go. Once I just X this and I click somewhere else, we have already our histogram, which is bar graphs that has no space or they are stuck to each other. Later on in the course, we get to see how helpful histograms are in statistics. For now, as you can see in our data here, most of them referring to the data, most of the data are clustered at this point. So we can infer that most of the data are at this point. So these might be some exemptions, there might be outliers, and this one as well. And you get to see that you might need further analysis if you want to explore further, or that data alone will tell you that most of the data are in this, so this is what I will do. And that idea came from our histogram.